My name is Charlie McGrath, the founder of WideAwakeNews.com and a host on the Rinse Radio Network. I'd like to talk to you tonight about not what happened during the bailout, what brought us to this point. I want to talk about what's going to happen next, what I truly believe we're looking at in the next 6 months in this country. Because, don't be fooled by this run-up on the Dow Jones. That's a metric for Wall Street. For Main Street, the metric is look around you. Look at the foreclosure signs in your neighborhood. Look at the plummeting value of your home. Look at the people related to you or friends of yours who are still unemployed after 2 years or took a dramatic cut in pay in order to take anything coming down the road as far as a job goes. I'm talking about Main Street, the metrics we depend on. The things that we do in order to gauge a healthy economy. Because what's going to happen next in this country is going to make the last 3 years look like a walk in the park. At the end of this 3 years, this extraordinary 3-year period in which your liberty, your financial liberty, was literally stolen from you, and failure from somebody else was placed onto your back, you're going to be asked to hate your neighbor. You're going to be asked to hate the guy who's in a different political party, because it is election season after all. You're going to have Republicans coming out telling you it's welfare people that are causing the downfall of this country. And you're going to have the people on the blue side tell you that it's the wars going on, that they have no intentions of stopping, and we can't stop them. But these are the reasons why the country's in such tough financial times. The truth of the matter is both of these parties have proven to work for one and the same monster. And this is the financial monster that has completely been made whole at your expense. Now the suggestions are coming out. This is where the rubber meets the road. The true goal of all this legislation and all this distraction and all this stretching out of time to get from the giant failure of Wall Street to where we are right now. Now the rubber is hitting the road. We saw it first with the increase of the debt ceiling in this country and the creation, all the hype, all the hoopla that went into it. Nonstop C-SPAN coverage. The Democrats calling the Republicans this, the Republicans chastising the Democrats for that. And in reality, the entire goal of it was to not decrease military spending, not decrease entitlements. The goal of it was simple, to create a super Congress. Now we have the mainstream media, and here's another example that I'll attach to this video tonight, that is painting the picture of where we're going next. We have the meeting of the financial elite in Wyoming last week, all talking about the same exact thing. This global teamwork, this global partnership, this global financial governance that's needed in order to save the flailing recovery that's happening globally. The mainstream media here in this country is absolutely doing its part by questioning and asking for advice from people like Viral Archia, a professor at the New York University, who's now saying that the cure for the housing market in this country is to eliminate the deduction for your interest on your mortgage. Now, this has been a key reason why people get into buying houses in the first place in this country, so you can avoid paying additional income tax by deducting your interest on your mortgage payment. This professor thinks that this is inflating, propping up the price of real estate in this nation, and it needs to be eliminated so that housing can find its own natural level. No professor at any Ivy League school or anywhere else was out there when the monetary policy was lending money out at zero interest rate and Wall Street was selling derivatives on mortgages that it was begging people to take. No professor was out there. No key economist was out there saying that the monetary policy of the Federal Reserve is what caused the increase in price in housing, what created the bubble. And it isn't just a housing bubble. We've had bubble after bubble in this country, and it's all due to the monetary policy of the Federal Reserve. But you're never going to have a mainstream media source come out and blame the culprits who got us here, because they're all interconnected. It is the reason why 90% of the news you receive comes from 6 corporations in this country, when it used to be, back in 1980, it was still a ridiculously small number of 50 corporations controlled 80% of the news. Now it's whittled down to this corporate news cycle that represents and propagandizes for this financial oligarchy that is truly running the shots in this country. So what's coming next in the United States? What can we look forward to? Well, the handwriting is completely and totally on the wall. There is no mistake at this point. You know, the ECB chairman Jean-Claude Trichet said over 2 years ago, global financial governance is needed. We see the banking sector feigning a heart attack in order that they can step up and receive backdoor bailouts from people like Warren Buffett. And when we see him getting involved in the markets, you can best be assured there's some government handouts coming down the road. It was Warren Buffett himself in 2010 that said if it wasn't for government bailouts, he would have been spending Thanksgiving dinner at McDonald's that year. So when you see Warren stepping up, giving $5 billion to Bank of America and earning over $1 billion in one day from that investment, you can be rest assured that the banking sector is going to cry poor mouth once again, while Main Street is going to be asked to suck it up. This time, it isn't going to be trinkets, cash for clunkers, cash for culkers. This time, it's going to be super Congress issued austerity coming your way very soon. Stories are attached. That's all I got.